Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, and welcome to the Madden 16 Mysteries. These are some of the most confusing things that I have personally came across in Madden 16. I know a lot of you have as well. And if you know any of the answers to these mysteries, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, and I'll do more videos like this very soon. Before we get into the video, make sure to turn your volume down a little bit. But without further ado, you've been warned. Let's get into the video. The gosh dang camera angle when it comes to the punt getting past the punt returner. As you see here, once the punt actually hits the ground, we don't know where the ball is, and by the time it gets into the camera angle, the dude's doing some type of dance move on the ground. Like, what the frick happened? We'll never know. This has been a problem ever since last year, and I don't know why EA doesn't fix it. We don't know where the ball is, and the instances in the footage here isn't as bad as it can usually get, but when you're on the receiving end of this, man, this is so annoying. Like, I just don't understand why the camera angles can't follow the punt. Oh man, this one grinds my gosh dang gears. And if this has happened to me, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you out there as well. So a little backstory before we get into it. Me and a couple of my friends started a connected franchise, and we did a fantasy draft. And throughout the fantasy draft, I had this brilliant idea that a player that was going to get very late in the draft was going to be Dre Archer. So the later rounds in the draft comes along. I know nobody's picked him. So I go to draft him, and he's not listed in the fantasy draft. So I'm like, what the frick? Like, why is he not in the fantasy draft? So I'm like, whatever. So the fantasy draft ends, and I go into free agency, and he's listed as a free agent on the free agency list. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to pick him up, and I also picked up Trenton Holiday. And to coincide for those two signings, I released two players off my roster to make sure I had the correct number of players on my roster. So everything's fine. I got Dre Archer at running back, and I start him my first preseason game, and he plays absolutely well. But then my friend decides to, sim the rest of the preseason so we can go ahead and get started into the regular season. Well, the preseason ends, and I go to check my depth chart, and Dre Archer isn't there! He isn't there! As you see here, he got released. And that's so annoying because I specifically released two players so I could pick up Dre Archer and Trenton Holiday. So I'm like, gosh dang it, I have to go sign him again. So I go into the free agency, and he's not a free agent. So I'm like, gosh dang it, man. Somebody must have went and signed him, so I'm going to have to go and try to trade for him. So I go to check the recent signings, and nobody even signed Dre Archer. So where the frick is he? So I go to check to see if he either retired or just, I don't know what happened, and he didn't retire either. Like, where the frick did he go? So, I go to the trade list and go through every team's roster and check running back just to make sure he's not listed as a running back on any of the team's rosters, and he's not on any team. So he got released off of my team by accident by the computer. He didn't get re-signed by anybody. He's not a free agent. So where the frick did Dre Archer go? Like, how does that make any sense? How can a player just disappear? Not retired, not a free agent, nobody signed him, he just disappeared. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make not one bit of gosh dang sense. So either one or two things happened. He either died, or two, or maybe three, went to CFL or the AFL because he's not a free agent, nobody signed him, and he's just disappeared and gone. That makes no sense, and it drives me insane. I just don't understand, man. How can a player just disappear like that? So is it just me, or aren't the running backs supposed to be one of the fastest players on the field for the offense? Well, in Madden 16, when you run the hurry up, it seems like every single freaking time you're sitting there waiting for the running back to show up because he's always the last person to line up. So all of these fat linemen, the receivers that are all the way down the field can line up in time, but it's always the running back to be the last one to show. I've got to admit, it has been tampered down a little bit since the newest patch, but still, you can't convince me that a running back's the last one to line up in the hurry up 75% of the time. You guys just have to watch this. You just, wide open. It's just freaking wide open. That's all Madden for you. That's the difference between all Madden from last year and this year. It's impossible. 95% of the time this year in all Madden, you can't even complete a wide open pass, but the guy's not even covered. So after this, I end up having to punt, and this is how the game ends for me right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, are you freaking kidding me, man? I lost the game on that right there. That is, I don't even know what to call this, but why is all Madden so hard this year? So I discussed this one with a couple of my friends. They didn't exactly get what I was saying, so hopefully I can get my point across to you guys. As we all know, contracts are very annoying in Ultimate Team, and you always have this stupid thing popping up after games telling you that you have to add contracts to specific players to keep on playing. So in this case, it's telling me that I have 26 players who need contracts. So when I add one game to them, it should only cost 26 contracts, and it did, but when I add an extra game, it costs 27 more contracts, and then it keeps going up by more and more and more. Like, what? What? So why is it going up by 30 now when it should only be going up by 26? Like, where is their math? Am I missing something here? Every time you add a game to these 26 players, shouldn't it only go up by 21 contracts? And it's going up by a lot more than 26 contracts. I don't understand. So here it's telling me that I have 2 players that have low contracts and they're about to expire. So I'm adding 1 game at a time, everything's going okay. But when I jump to 5 games, what? How do I go up 20 contracts to add 1 game to 2 players? I'm not sure about you guys, but I learned around in elementary school, every time you add 2 to a number, it only goes up by 2. Not by 20, not by 25, but by 2. So in this case, I don't understand Madden's mathematics. Well, that is going to do it for the Madden 16 mysteries, and if any of you have more mysteries that you wish you could have answered in Madden 16 mysteries, let me know what they are in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like, and this video can get 100 likes. You'll see another Madden 16 mysteries video very soon. If you have the answer to any of these mysteries, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.